Hey folks, it's Troy here with yet another video. Thank you for watching, by the way. I've had a chance to talk to some of you already, especially at railroad days, and I thank you for having watched some of my videos, checked out my website, looked at my Facebook page, and I'm glad to be able to share with you and to be open, to be upfront, to be honest with you. Now, one of the things that we have available to us this time that we didn't have the last time I ran is social media. So, I'm asking you, feel free to take this video, to take any of my posts, to take my my YouTube page, any of the posts that are on my website. Feel free to share them. Any of my graphics that I have, I welcome that. And another way that you can help support yard signs, I still have plenty left. So if you want one for your yard that you can put up for the next while, feel free to get in touch with me. Troy at votefortroy.com is probably the best and easiest way to get in touch with me. So, the election's coming up. It's less than a month from now. Speaking of which, coming up, early voting starts. As of this recording, early voting starts 1 week from today when I'm recording this. I'm probably going to go down and do the early voting thing myself. I personally am not a huge fan of early voting. I prefer election day, but that's just my personal preference. But because of the position that I'm in, being a candidate, and they don't like me being around inside the polling center so much, not that I can't go in and cast my own ballot, I'll probably do the early voting thing, and I'll catch you at the polling center. Speaking of which, there's only one polling center this time for the municipal election, and that will be over at the Harrison Center on Noble Street here in Selma. That's for both East and West Precinct. That only makes sense. And I've talked to Leanne Price over at the Board of Elections previously, because I do work elections, just not this time because I'm on the ballot. And it just didn't make sense for municipal elections to have two separate precincts and pay twice for is usually a low voter turnout. I'm trying to encourage you to actually increase voter turnout, to show up more, to get out, cast your vote, please. All right, so back to early voting. Early voting, there's only one location for that too, and that is in downtown Smithfield at the Board of Elections. Because it's a municipal election, they expect light voter turnout, so it won't be quite as crowded. I've only done early voting one time in my life, and that's because I knew that I was going to be sent out of town on business election day. So I've always done day of. So there we go. Ballots. It took a while, but the Board of Elections here in Johnston County did finally put a sample ballot online. I always look for those because I want to see exactly what's on the ballot, who's on it, and with this one in particular for me, I wanted to see where am I going to be. So, this is the sample ballot looks like. Very simple. You're going to have the chance to vote for mayor, and then one of 8 different people for 2 positions for town council. The mayor's race, folks, be honest with you, I personally, this is just me and my personal opinion, I don't care who you vote for mayor. You only have one person on the ballot. The man's going to win either way. So all he's going to do is cast a vote for himself. He and his wife do it. Hey, he's elected, all right? So that to me is a non-issue, and that's not what I wanted to focus on. Because unless you've got some really strong write-in candidate, Byron McAllister is going to win mayor. It's a foregone conclusion. So, you may vote for up to 2 people for town council. Here I am on this ballot. So, I'm 4th one down. Look for my name. You have to go past a few to get to me. So, there should be 8 people on the ballot. I do encourage you, once again, to go look at the Chamber of Commerce forum video, and you can catch all but 2 of, so you can catch 6 out of the 8 candidates on where they stand and what they believe in answer to at least 5 questions. I think you're going to find that I'm probably the strongest candidate out of that entire list when you start to listen to them, okay? So, mine is not only 4th on the list, it's also the only one that you have to concern yourself with. That's just my personal opinion and my advice to you if you are going to be a supporter of mine. I'm going to show you the ballot, and I'm going to show you my suggestion on how to mark a ballot. Here is a printout of that screenshot, actually of the PDF file that they put online for the ballots. And obviously, sample ballot. This is not an actual ballot, so just to make that perfectly clear, I printed out two just in case. And you're going to see there is the N0011, that's the West Selma precinct, and I think it's going to say 10 for East Selma. Even though you're voting in one location, I understand the idea of trying to keep the two precincts separate, even though everything here is identical. So I guess that's how they want to make that distinction. Now, they're going to give you a ballpoint pen. If you have never filled out one of these ballots, you see right here they want you to fill in one of the ovals, just like we did when we were doing testing back when I was in school with a number 2 lead pencil. They're going to give you probably a Bic ballpoint pen that writes in black. Who knows, it may be leftover pens from the 2000 election because they had a whole lot of those laying around. A year later, they probably still have a bunch. I'm going to personally use a ballpoint pen. I don't like ballpoint pens, but just for the purposes of demonstration, I'm going to use one of my favorite ballpoints, and yes, Bugs Bunny. Here is my suggestion, and here is how I intend to vote. Well, down the list, oh, here I am right here. I'm going to fill in that circle right here. And I'm done. That's it. That's the only ballot marking that I am going to do, and that is my suggestion to you if you want to see me get into office. It's up to you whether or not you vote for anybody for mayor, because like I said, he's assured to win anyway. So I'm not saying don't vote for him. I'm just saying it doesn't matter to me whether you vote for him or not, because it's that's not of consequence when you go to mark your ballot, considering he's unopposed. Down here, yeah, here's where it gets important. You can vote for up to 2. Personally, I'm voting for just 1. Just me. So, by now you've seen some of my signs around town. If you want one of your own, contact me. If you want to talk about politics and about the town and issues within the town, check out my website. votefortroy.com is the first place I recommend you go, or to my Facebook page, because I post some of the same stuff there. But if you want to communicate with me, Troy at votefortroy.com is probably the best way to get in touch with me, and I'll be glad to chat with you, instant message with you, meet face-to-face, telephone call, whatever. We can make arrangements. I don't care if we end up sitting for a cup of coffee over at Coffee on Rayford and have a discussion. I'm open to that kind of concept too. So anyway, here it is. Election time is coming up. Early voting starts in just a week. So I encourage you, get out there, vote for Troy. And check me out, votefortroy.com, and share on social media. I welcome it. I welcome your support, and I thank you to each and every one of you who have come up to me and thanked me for running, actually encouraged me to run for more than just town council. And for those of you who have said, you know, I agree with pretty much everything I've heard from you, thank you. I encourage you to continue your support, and feel free to share that with others, because there's guaranteed to be people out there who don't know me, don't know where I stand, and quite honestly don't even know the issues here in town. So thanks a lot. Vote for Troy.